public transportation, and that's by Eric Oven, who's a developer of intelligent transportation. So one of the first things that comes up when you mention transportation is cars, of course, because America is car dependent, but that's not really a bad thing because cars allow us to effortlessly and have a convenient way of travel. But today I want to convince everyone that America needs to stop being so car dependent and integrate more public transportation throughout the country. Because so many people need that, especially people who are struggling with various things. One of the first things that come up when you think of problems with driving are gas prices, right? Because you never know when they go down or if they shoot up. And according to USA Today, which is a national American news company, it has been the highest it has ever been in recent years. And that doesn't include other finances that go into having a car, which first of all is purchasing one, it's paying for maintenance of a car, and some people simply just can't afford a car when it comes to paying bills, paying a mortgage, and having other things that come before a car payment. And in fact, according to the national ownership statistics, only 8.7% of Americans don't own a car, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that's millions of people that are a convenient way to travel. And one of the second important aspects of having more public transportation is it will help the environment in the long run. According to Andy Pay, who is a communication analyst, it will allow CO2 and toxic pollutants in the air to drop by 45% just by lessening the amount of cars that are on the road and replacing them with more public options. But that also includes the convenience of, it would just help a lot of people who simply can't either afford to drive a car or like due to health conditions can't really get behind the wheel. Like for example, if you're legally blind, people can't force you to drive everywhere because you are legally blind pretty much. And that brings on the point that it just brings convenience for people. Whether you have a car or not, some people just don't have access to a car in that moment. It will allow for a fair and more organized transportation system, along with, according to the American Public Transportation Association, it will cause roads to become 10 times safer compared to what they are now, simply by replacing more cars with public options. And from another point of view, it will also increase business development and also allow for more job opportunities in the long run. This topic is very important to me, considering that I grew up with a single mom, so I had to go to work to pay the bills rather than saving up for a car for myself and stuff like that. So, and I also have a lot of family members who struggle with like health conditions and everything. So it's very important to me that America becomes more convenient and helpful to people who aren't fitting the norm of American. Today I talked about why America should have more public transportation, and I would like to end this speech on a quote by Ellie Blue. Most of us, paying for transportation that we can barely afford, and more of us are beginning to notice it.